Attention all baby corn. You are yummy and you will be consumed. Jealousy capitulation. I'm wearing a Ash Ketchum Pokemon hat. I want to ask you something, friends. I know most of you don't experience jealousy capitulation because I've guided you the right way and it's a non-financial advice, of course. However, when you see other people doing it, I would like you to know something. It's bullish. It's real bullish. That's what you want to see. It's because they're holding bags that aren't moving and then they're jealous of other things moving, and eventually what happens is they finally let go. And when they let go, they don't follow your friend Somi's principles of like 90% call, 10% lottery. They go, 100% lottery, bang. And guess what? Even if they're buying a core, they'll tell themselves it's a core, but they're actually in a lottery ticket mindset. They're just buying the top of something. It doesn't really matter whether you buy a core or a lottery ticket if you're paying up like 19x from the low of something. It's just, it's really, really tough. Now, I've blasted these results. I'm very proud that they started moving, but I'm actually quite embarrassed. I've told you, dude, no one cares about these. But look, just told you, one of these coins, friends, Icosa's up like 13x. Let's say you got a half of it, 6x. Icosa itself has paid for 6 rugs. Icosa. There's 12 coins here. 9x, 3x, 2, 3x, 3x, 10x. Like this, we're just getting started. We're just getting started. So that's what jealousy capitulation is. It happens in Bitcoin, it happens in Ethereum. It happens in Soylana. You saw Ethereum guys got very, very jealous because Soylana started having its heyday. And we all know it was a fake insider pump and dump, the grift to get distributing on everyone. It doesn't really matter. The crowd was just ready. It was, see, that's why it was really strategic and it worked. It's because they waited for the Bitcoin $40,000 clear zone and they finally did that thrust up for Soylana, and everything gets to party there and you get to see what happens after that. Hopefully it happens in PulseChain, PulseX, and Hex. Wanted to happen in ChainLink too, but ChainLink is just, it's leverage Ethereum and all the ecosystems, which is obviously great. You don't need to bet on, okay, it's going to be Arbitrum or Optimism or Coinbase. They're all going to be using the ChainLink oracles and networks just to keep getting more complex applications. And it is what it is. You just let it go in the background. We have to wait and see how these things play out, because at the end of the day, man, like, what are you here to just make a couple of X's, or are you here to actually change your life? You can tell me you're here to change your life, but I don't think people actually know what that means. It doesn't mean buy the top stuff, play momentum. It actually means, oh, it hurts. It hurts. I don't want to buy this scam. That's what it means. And you know, we've already been through that now. I want to show you a comment from Larson as well, but I'm going to play some music as well. Mr. Larson said he's struggling with the 90% core, 10% lottery mindset. Just working things out. He said basically, Somi, why do you think 10% lottery and a 90% core? Why think that when clearly everything in the lottery is going so much more than, say, PulseChain or ChainLink or Ethereum? Like, these things are crushing it. They're going more than the core coins. Why have 90-10? And he said, even if 1/3 completely rug, you still have so much more PulseChain. So this, my friends, is somebody who, and here's Mr. Larson here. I like Mr. Larson. Mr. Larson's awesome, okay? Look at his username. Hex032. I love you guys, okay? You have been spoiled, my friend, in a nutshell. You've been spoiled because you discovered me in the early times, and you're like, wow, this guy, he really is a peanut brain, and he's got a lot of scars, and yeah, I've seen his fluffy slippers too. Bang! You have seen them, friends. The Highland Bulls. Moo! Now, you've discovered that, but here's the truth. There are 3 parts you can categorize people. There's the 10%, 30%, and 60%. You, my friend, are in the top 10% early enough. That's right. Because there's a bull market of where everything starts to get amazing. Okay. Now, markets in crypto, they're very free market in terms of, you're like, well, technically, didn't all the winners get to buy in the bear market? Yes, you had like infinite time, but you don't really care about that part because it feels bad. But this is the actual feeling good part where everything actually starts to reprice higher. So we did get God tier timing of all the lottery tickets here and there. We did, friends, because as soon as the market just got to see, oh wow, it is Bitcoin halvening gear and things are moving, I think there's a possibility that things keep going up from now. For example, Icosa, Icosa friends still leverage on Hex. You can just see, right? It's just dead forever, and there's obviously more history here, but you can just see, right? What happens is, look at that. As soon as it just ticks into January, snap just starts happening. I saw this time and time and time again in the charts. And, I've been waiting for 2 years, literally 2 years, all of 2022, all of 2023. Go back, read my posts, watch my videos. I said, guys, you got to write off the bear market. You got to write off even the year before Bitcoin halvening. You got to write them off for altcoins and the real gains you actually want to see. The real stuff starts coming in when the Bitcoin halvening year comes. So you, my friend, Mr. Larson, you've seen God tier timing now. What else can we really do about it? Nothing. It's now, remember that we're in that top 10%. The next 30% are coming in. Here's where it gets tricky. In the past 2 years, that 30%, those people, they lose. They keep losing every month because it's not ready yet. It's basically PvP mode, player versus player. There aren't enough people outside of the club wanting to get in. They see like 5 hairy dudes eating jelly beans, having mud wrestling contests, and just watching like really like weird stuff on TV. You know what I mean? Like no one wants to come into that club. Okay, they want to come to the club with all the babes. Everyone's playing their Game Boys. They got the Pokemon Gold. Yes, that's right, with the little Pikachu running around. It was revolutionary at the time. Once they see that party, that's when they come in. But their eyes aren't opening until Bitcoin halvening year. So before the Bitcoin halvening year, those momentum players, that 30%, they keep trying and they keep failing. Keep trying and keep failing. And I tried a few times last year, friends. You had some like poopy coins, you remember? Like I remember Podfast and Kennel and stuff. I'm like, oh man, you pieces of crap. Like but you can't fault yourself. We tried. What if they start a big alt season? You just never know. That's in the past now. Now here we are today. Now we have to say, okay, now time to take things really seriously because the 4-year cycle repeated 100% exact. Because friends, here's the thing, man. You don't know the 4-year cycle is going to exactly repeat. It's like, if let's say you have your fully unallocated stablecoins, do you really want to sit and risk missing everything? Do you really want to miss that? Man, you'll never forgive yourself, ever. Okay. There are people right now, they are not going to participate until Bitcoin breaks the all-time high. That's their confirmation that crypto is not dead. I'm very serious. That's the biggest part of people have always come after that point. That's the final 60% of suckers. Okay. So remember, we're in the top 10%, the earliest 10%, buying Cycle 1 coins, Cycle 1 narratives, getting Hex very, very cheap, even though, Cycle 2 coin. You're participating in all these, you're getting a feel of what it is. It takes some time to figure it out, and there we are to participate, okay? But you can't think about my timing and expect anybody else to even have a bit of it. They won't. We got lucky. That's it. You want to say luck, skill, doesn't really matter. It is what it is. We're early, we win. That's it, we win. See us. We don't declare victory yet, but we win. Those next 30%, now they come as momentum. They are the people who, I'll even show you, friends. ChainLink is a perfect example of this chart. So these people, okay, they watched me make so many videos of ChainLink buggy to DeFi here, and they did nothing. They don't really care. It's only after ChainLink thrusts up and now starts going towards 20 bucks, now they want to buy it. They didn't want to buy it at like, $6. They want to buy it at like 18. And that's a huge move, by the way, for ChainLink because it didn't drop 99%, only dropped 90%. So that's very big. But now you get to see a difference, right? These people, the momentum buyers, those momentum buyers, friends, they lose, they lose, they lose, they lose, they lose. Now, oh, sweet. Now they get to win. They get their time to shine in the sun. And that's this next 30% of people. So you can actually write it here. 10% of people come in here. Now you're going to have 30% of people come in here. And then where are we going to finish later on? Of course, we don't know. But the final 60% is going to come later on. Now, obviously, I'm just going to draw random lines here. We go, oh, maybe 30% comes in here, rinses. And the final 60% comes in. You get to see it, right? Look where you want to be. You're already here. And you're in like this early part right before the rest of the 30% come in. So it's the same thing with all the altcoins, lottery tickets, all of these. It really is the same principle when you're looking at it like that. So you're early, I'm early, the next people aren't, but they're going to be rewarded anyway. And they're rewarded because they're getting, I don't know, lucky, timing. It's just the cycle being the cycle. But they're not going to get rewarded anywhere near as much as us because they didn't sit through the pain. but they will get rewarded, and you'll be a bit jealous. You might feel, but you don't need to be jealous because, hey, man, you're going to get a 10x, 20, 30, 40. Man, I hope we just keep pumping. These people don't get that. They get the doubles and the triples. All right? They get the doubles and the triples, and then they're happy with just a double or a plus 80%, and they're doing the yield farming here and there. You know, maybe they start with like 100 grand. They end up with like 180 grand by the end of the cycle. They're really, really happy with that. And where you might sit there thinking like, man, screw you guys. We sat here the whole time. You guys were fighting me to zero. You said it was all a scam, and now you want to come in. But that's what markets are, man. This beast, it rewards you for sitting through the pain and taking the other side of these people. So what happens next, though? The suckers come in. I don't want to call them suckers. It's emotional money. The final 60%. You try to tell them, what are you meant to do? Hey, bro, I only made 1,800 videos wearing a freaking Ash Ketchum Pokemon hat, telling you got to buy a logo, so blah, 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 tell you all these. You still ignored it. Okay, what do you want me to do? I can't do anything. I'm not here to save them. I don't really care. Blah, blah, blah. Just keep flapping their lips, whatever. And, you know, they want to come in and it's going to be very nasty. They're going to be the ones protesting to get crypto banned in the next bear market, by the way, because Rocca Negra and all the Trojan horse stuff is going to come out. So that's why I call them suckers, because I don't like them. I already know the next round of FUD. These are the people that are going to buy in on the Bitcoin ETF. They're going to buy the top 80K, maybe expecting 100K plus, and they're going to sell at 40K back on the way down with a big round trip, potentially. And they're probably going to ask the government to come and ban us and regulate more. And like, no, you suck. I told you to buy early. But you see, cycle friends, everyone's playing the game. Everyone's playing the game. Just which player are you? You get to choose by your timing. Yes, your gut doesn't hurt. Your gut feels bad. It does hurt. It doesn't feel good, right? So that's the plan. That's the plan. Okay, moving through this. I've even shared a story with Mr. Larson. I've got a friend. Okay, I've got actually many friends and family like this. They faded. In 2024 this year. Because friends, when I made a video and stuff, I make a video out for you and the tweets, and then when I'm done, I'll share with my friends and family, right? After I even post it to you, and I'll say, hey man, I've got a video in here, because here's the thing, friends, I make the video for everyone, because everyone's got the same thousands of questions. What's the code? Can I buy in Dex Screener? What is this? Habib, you know, there's a life-changing. Just stop what you're doing for work for the next 12 months. You can literally never have to work again for the next 40 years if you play this right. But, you know, when we move on, you're seeing more of these things play out. I have friends, families, cousins, people coming in. They faded the first 8 coins. Not joking. The first 8 coins, I'm like, bro, these things are really cheap. You got to get in something. And it's really, really low. Sweet, I'm done. I don't beg people to buy it. I don't really care. I'm not going to beg people to sell in Euphoria. I'm just going to tell you what I'm doing. I don't tell you to do anything. I'm just saying, hey, sweet, I'm doing this. Okay, I'll telegraph it, whatever. They missed the first 8. They didn't want to put in $100. Now they're seeing them all move. So they've got FOMO because they missed out on profit. FOMO because things are moving. FOMO because they hear other people are making money. And now, what's their conclusion? Okay, forget that $100 clip per 8 tickets. Now I'm going to do a 10 grand clip into one. And I'm already feeding it. A lot of people telling me, what's the best one? What's the best one coin after all of these? And I go, nah, you can't play that game, bro. You got to start diversifying. But I've told you, what I will do, not financial advice, is buy a call like Pulse and PulseX. You have that stack. And then as you find things that are cheap, slowly deploy out of that. That's what I would do. For your new stuff. For your old core, for your core bags in 2023 and 2022, don't touch them. Don't touch them. This is like new money coming in. So these people, they are the final thrust, the final wave up. So you get to see Mr. Larson, right? You know, because remember, Mr. Larson's original question, he's asking, hey man, like these lottery tickets, they're killing it. Everything's going great. Why don't you just do all lottery tickets? Yeah, you're going to see in the next 15 months, we're probably going to be talking again. I'm going to be like, you see this 60-day window where your friend Somi said, you got to go all in on lottery tickets. You see the 60-day window? Well, those 60 days, those 2 months out of like 18 months, that was the kill shot. Everything else after that was, you're buying things too high, minus 70%, then you only get a 2x on your poll. It's not worth it at that point. These things are very, very timely. And I completely understand that no one believes it. That's fine. You don't have to believe it because I know, yeah, okay, sweet. 30 people do this. There's one me and there's like 29 failures. And of the people that are winning, they're actually got insider pumping them grifts, or they like signed up with hedge funds to get ICO deals and then like make videos telling you about some protocol that they got an ICO allocation to just dump on, right? So all these nasty things are happening behind the background. It's just that we've got to put that to the side now. We've got to focus on just finding good stuff because we have a limited amount of time, friends. Hours are really running thin in the day. We don't even have time to look at the scammers and the grifters because it might even hurt you because you're just going to see scams and grifts. They're just going to go up anyway. But what you really have to be careful of is, hey, weak hands. Do I see weak hands everywhere in the market? Is there emotional people everywhere in the market? Which means on average, a lot of these things I think I'm safe in, I'm actually not. That's where our mindset's got to be, okay? We're still going to win. We are winning. Don't forget, blessed by the timing, luck, I don't know what it is. We'll see what happens. Like, subscribe, bell button, or catch you soon.